Hello, today is July 1st, 2017. My last call said we had a higher target and a lower target. I thought it was unlikely each of them would print. I said if this higher one printed, it would be a good short, and it was. I looked for a daily pattern with an early high, which I said could come as early as the open, and the late low near the close. Well, I guess that's what we got. Of course, if I had said I was looking for an early low and a late high, I could have claimed success with that also. These patterns are supposed to repeat every 32 calendar days. I can make this one work for the proper times, but it's, in my book, not a very impressive performance. If the rule works, we should see an early high Monday, and then maybe an hour or so, within an hour or so of the close, have a low. Don't forget that we're closing early Monday. Well, here were the MEJT signals. It said this rally here was a false move. Here's the resistance area, and there's the drop to the target. And there's no new signal. This one, the preferred time frame has run out. It should still print. It just doesn't have to print anytime soon. So what's going to happen Monday? Is this the real thing, or is this just end of the quarter window dressing? Well, when I see a wall like this, usually it means there's unrestrained selling by the amateurs. Get me out at any price, and then it is reversed when the market opens by gapping up and promptly taking out this high. That's one option, but when you're this close to a top, sometimes, half the time, it's the real thing. The other rule is that when you drop like this on a Friday, when the market reopens on Monday, it almost always keeps on dropping. So that's kind of a conflict. Usually when there's a conflict, I look for a gap and a prompt move outside of the day's range. If that doesn't happen, we close a little changed. Monday's half a day, so it wouldn't surprise me if we close a little change. But if we're going to get the move, it should be a gap and a quick move outside of the range. Now, it's somewhat of a guess as to what direction, but we do have a lower target. And if this were panic selling by retail customers, I would think it would continue into the futures. It continued a little bit, but after all the pros had left, the amateurs started to buy. So I'm not certain the amateurs were the ones doing the selling. What's serious about this is we gapped up, hit a higher high. Not only couldn't we close over the highs, we couldn't even hold on to these intermediate lows. If we get follow through, which is one of the options, it certainly has a great chance of hitting this low. And don't forget, this one has to print at some time too. It has to be undercut at some time too. So unless this is reversed immediately, which frankly can happen half the time, but unless it's reversed immediately, it's a pretty negative formation on Friday. And that's today's call.